Yo, what's going on, guys? We're back at it with another guide video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get God's Chalice. So there's three different ways to get God's Chalice, and I'm going to rank them from slowest to fastest. Now, the slowest way to get God's Chalice is from a chest. So you can find God's Chalice once every 4 hours in a server, but if you're in a public server, this is by far the most inconsistent method of finding a God's Chalice there is, because you have no clue when the last person found a God's Chalice in a chest. So you could be there for hours looking for God's Chalice from a chest when somebody found it like 30 minutes ago and you're just never going to find it. And if you're in a private server, the private server has to be up for at least 4 hours before you can even get God's Chalice from a chest. This is the least reliable way of finding God's Chalice. So the next way to find God's Chalice is praying at the gravestone at Haunted Castle at night. And the reason why this way is a lot better to finding God's Chalice than finding it in chest is because you can server hop and it's a lot less inconsistent. So basically for this way, you just keep server hopping until you find a server that's nighttime and keep running over to this gravestone and praying to it, and hopefully you get the God's Chalice. Now, method 3 for finding God Chalice is hunting down elites. So you go to the elite hunter quest giver on Sea Castle. He'll let you know where the elite is. You go to that island. You roam around the island until you find him, and then when you kill him, he has a chance to drop a God's Chalice. Now, just like the last way of finding God's Chalice, you can also server hop for this way. So basically, you keep server hopping and running over to that quest giver, finding out where the elite is, and killing him over and over again until you eventually get the God's Chalice. This is personally my favorite method, and I've gotten most of my God Chalices from this method specifically. This is the method that I recommend for most of you guys. Now, if you guys have really bad internet or bad like mobility with your fruit or whatever the issue is, then server hopping at graveyard and just finding nighttime servers and praying over and over again may very well be a lot easier for you guys. And just like that, I got God's Chalice. So you can actually spawn two bosses with God Chalice. The first one is Rip Indra. And if you kill Rip Indra the first time while you're in Third Sea, you'll actually unlock the teleporters in Third Sea that allow you to teleport from Sea Castle to Mansion and Sea Castle to Hydra. Also, Rip Indra happens to drop a few items as well. And there's also a sword to Shida where you actually have to spawn in Rip Indra to be able to go get the sword. And the second boss that you can spawn in with God's Chalice is King. Over at Chocolate Land, there's an NPC named Sweet Crafter that allows you to craft the Sweet Chalice with the God's Chalice and 10 Conjured Cocoa. But that's going to be it for today's video. This video was strictly a guide on how to get God's Chalice. I'll be making other guides on all that other stuff later. If you enjoyed the video or if this guide helped you guys out at all, please like and subscribe so I know to keep making more guides in the future. But that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Take care.